Did you know that kids understand a lot more than we give them credit for? One of the memories I have as a child is enjoying the sweet goodness of my grandmother's peach cobbler, sometimes with a little vanilla bean on the side. But that memory is also paired with another that validates my point that kids really do understand what's going on around them. Okay, as a side note, this is one of those do as I say, not as I do moments. Please, people, protect those fingers and use a guard. However, if you don't have a mandolin to cut your peaches with, just use a knife and cut them in a traditional manner. So the memory I'm about to share with you, I don't even think that my family, or my grandmother rather, even knew that I knew this. But I knew it. So I would say to you all, when a child says they know something, at least giving them an opportunity to explain themselves, because kids know a lot more than we give them credit to. There was this young man my family knew who would come around every so often and ask my grandmother to bake him a peach cobbler. She was a great cook, if I do say so myself, but sometimes people would ask her to bake things. But this particular young man only came for peach cobbler. Anywho, I was pretty young when I first remember him coming by for one, maybe about 6 or 7 years old. Well, I soon discovered why it was he came by for peach cobbler. Another side note, after you cut the second crust for the lattice work for the top of the peach cobbler, place it in the refrigerator. If you leave it out on the counter in a warm room, then it'll start to get a little soggy. So put that in the refrigerator until we get ready to use it. So back to the story. So kids have a great sense of discernment when it comes to people's emotions. At least I did when I was a kid. And I noticed that each time this young man came to our house asking for a peach cobbler, he always looked like he was sad, looked like he was a bit teary-eyed, and I didn't understand why. So my grandmother would sit and talk with him for a bit, but back then, kids weren't allowed to stay in the room when adults were talking, so she would shoo us out of the way. But I was a curious child. Another quick tip, be sure not to overcook your peaches. You don't want them falling apart. Depending on the thickness of the cuts, a minute or two on medium heat should be just fine. I hope you're enjoying my video. Please like and subscribe to help me build my channel and bring you more great recipes and creative ideas. Be very gentle with your dough when you're making your lattice work across the top of the peach cobbler. Because of the heat that comes from the warm peaches, it can melt the dough down a little bit and make it soggy. So be gentle so that they don't break apart. Now back to the story. So, curious as I was, I hung around after my sister and I were shooed out of the room by my grandmother. Far enough not to be seen, but close enough to hear what was going on. The reason the young man asked for peach cobbler every so often is because he thought he had gotten someone pregnant. Apparently, not a planned one. So, his comfort food of choice was one of my grandmother's bubbling hot peach cobblers. I hope you enjoyed this story, because I know that you will definitely not have a problem enjoying this sweet peach temptation. So my question is, do you have a food-related childhood memory that you want to share? Please leave a comment below, and I will see you on my next video. Thanks for joining.